Alright guys, I'm going to take you to a quick example of how to use your Photoshop to edit a portrait. So here I'm going to open up my Photoshop, and you should have had this downloaded to your computer already. So here it comes. Now you have lots of pictures to choose from. You've taken lots of portraits of your friends and family, so go ahead and just choose one of those. And sorry it takes so long for this Photoshop to load up. That's just kind of how it is. It's a big program, so just be patient with me for a second. Okay, here we go. We're going to start by going up to File here. Click on New. And wait for our... Oh, no. We want it to go to Open. Sorry, guys. Go back to File. We'll go to Open because we're opening up a picture. Here we go to our picture library, and we will start with portraits here. We'll open that up, my pictures. Okay, so we are just going to click on, what do we got here? Looks like I've got pictures of a little boy and some dogs. So I'm going to grab a picture of one of my dogs. No, I'm going to grab a picture of this little boy here. I can find a good one that I want to work on. Okay, I'm going to show you how to artificially shorten your depth of field when we don't have the greatest lens for portraits, because we're just using a standard lens that came with our camera. So here we go. So here we've got our picture pulled up. You can see the back here is kind of blurred, but I just want it to be blurred just slightly, a little bit more. So what I've got to do is get my lasso tool here on the left toolbar. I'm going to draw a circle, click and drag, and draw a circle around this little guy here. You can see that is selected. And we're going to refine this edge. Go down to Feather here and move that up. You can see the edge of that picture slightly changes to fuzzier. See how it goes fuzzier, sharper around the edge? We want it just to be just slight. We'll push OK. And then we'll go to Select, and we will click on Inverse. There we go. Now what we're going to do is go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now look how nice and fuzzy that background is. You can alter how blurry that is by this little dial. So you can go like crazy blurry if you want. Sometimes that's fun to do when you are just being really artistic about it. I think I'm going to stop here at a 15.5. Okay, push OK. You can see everything over here. Every step I've made has been recorded. So if you want to delete an individual step, you'd click on it here and you push Trash. Delete State Gaussian Blur, yes, and it'll erase. But I'm going to go back and get that Gaussian Blur. Now that I've used it, it's going to be at the top of this column here. And it'll redo it for me. I'll click off the picture, and look what we've got. Now I'm going to fix the lighting around the background. So I'm going to reselect this little guy, and it's going to it has the inverse, which we did, and we'll click on image and go to adjustments and change the brightness and contrast. Take the brightness down just slightly so this little guy just stands out more. Usually I like to put the contrast up a little bit. See if I like it. I may not, just because the picture looks good. It was looking good how it was anyway. Okay, I'm going to push OK there. Okay, we'll go to click off the screen. We've got that nice picture. When you look at it, you'll just see this little guy and it looks nice. The depth of field is very small, only he is in focus here. Everything around him is blurred out and not distracting, so it looks really good. So go ahead and go to File, Save As. Go ahead and name your file. So I'm going to name it Boy1. I always name it by numbers so I know where I am at. Save as type. You should be here at JPEG. Save it like that. Here's your JPEG options, your quality. If you want a larger file, if you're going to blow up your picture to be a big picture, you want a larger file. Or if you're going to save it for internet, you're going to do a smaller file because it loads up quickly. I'm going to do a high file right here, just because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So that's kind of just what I typically do. So it's saved, and I can exit out. Or grab another one. So if I wanted to open a new one, I'd go back to my file and open up a new one to work on. I already worked on this one of the dog. You can see I did the Gaussian blur around the outside. I made it darker around the edges using the same technique that I just showed you. That's pretty fun. Go to exit. Alright, thanks guys. We will see you later.